Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something powerful that can change the way you approach your relationships and your life in general: silence. Yes, you heard that right. Your silence is your power. And I'm going to explain why reacting when someone ignores you is the last thing you should do. Now, we've all been there, right? Someone ignores you, maybe they stop texting, stop responding, or they pull away. And what do? We panic. We text more. We call more. We might even post something on social media hoping they'll notice us. But here's the truth: every time you react, you're giving them control over your emotions. And let me tell you, that's not the way to win. So stick around, because I'm going to break down why silence is not just an option, it's your secret weapon. 1. Your silence is your strength. Host. First things first, silence is your power. You see, when someone ignores you, the temptation is to react. You want them to see that you're hurt, frustrated, or upset. You want them to know your worth. But here's the thing: when you beg or chase after someone, you're telling them one thing: you are more important than me. And think about it. Does anyone really respect someone who doesn't even respect themselves? When you beg, chase, or plead for their attention, you're giving away your power. Instead of gaining their love or respect, you push them further away. Imagine it like this: you're standing in the rain trying to shield a candle from the wind. The more you try, the more it flickers, and the more it threatens to go out. That's what begging, chasing, and pleading look like in relationships: a futile, desperate attempt to keep something alive that's already slipping away. 2. Stop giving away your energy. Host. Every time you react to being ignored or ghosted, you're giving away your energy. Think about it: they stop texting you, and what do? You send that last message. You post that cryptic status on social media, hoping they'll see it. You're trying to show them your value. But here's the cold, hard truth: when you react like that, you're showing them that you value them more than you value yourself. No one falls in love with a puppet. And no one respects someone who is constantly begging for their attention. So what can you do instead? The next time they ignore you, don't react. Don't text. Don't call. Don't post anything about them. Instead, go silent. Stop playing their game. When you do this, something incredible happens. You stop chasing them, and they're left in the dark wondering where you went. It confuses them. They can't figure out what happened, and suddenly, they're the ones left questioning everything. 3. Silence isn't about them, it's about you. Host. Now you might be thinking, but what if I've already begged? What if I've already tried everything? And listen, you're not alone. We've all been there, stuck in that frustrating cycle of trying harder and harder, only to feel like it's never enough. But here's the game changer: silence isn't about punishing them or playing mind games. It's about reclaiming your power. Silence is about focusing on yourself. Instead of giving your energy to someone who doesn't appreciate it, invest that energy in yourself. You see, when you go silent, you're sending a clear message: I don't need your validation to feel worthy. You're showing yourself that you are enough. When you shift the focus away from them and turn it onto your own growth, you stop needing their approval. And that's when things get interesting. 4. Reclaim your life. Redesign your space. Host. Let's be real. When someone leaves your life, it hurts. It might feel like a void, an empty space where they used to be. But instead of staring at that emptiness, this is the perfect moment to redesign that space. Think about it. When they left, it didn't mean the end of your story. In fact, it was the beginning of something new. That empty space is your opportunity to rebuild and reimagine your life. This doesn't mean you do it for them. You're not redesigning your life to make them regret leaving. No, you're doing this for you. You're rebuilding because you deserve a life full of purpose, joy, and things that make you feel alive. Start small. Maybe it's picking up a new hobby, focusing on your fitness, or learning something you've always wanted to do. Every little step you take fills that space with something better, and you'll be amazed at how quickly that void turns into a foundation for your greatest chapter. 5. Rewrite your story. Host. Now, let's talk about the power of rewriting your story. For too long, you might have felt like you were the victim of someone else's choices, someone who ignored you or rejected you. But let me tell you something, no one else gets to write the ending of your story but you. You might have been stuck in a cycle of heartbreak or rejection, but here's the truth, pain is fuel for growth. It doesn't have to be your prison. Instead of seeing your pain as a dead end, use it to fuel your rise. Think of it like editing a movie. Right now, it feels like you're stuck in the worst scene, but you're the director. You can cut that scene out, change the music, and rewrite the dialogue. It's your life. You get to decide what happens next. Every step you take toward that new ending, the best version of you, brings you closer to the life you deserve. And when you stop focusing on them and start focusing on your own transformation, they become a footnote in your journey, not the main character. 6. Turn the spotlight back on you. Host. For too long, you've been giving the spotlight to someone who doesn't deserve it. You've been waiting for them to notice you, to validate you. But let me ask you, why are you handing over the spotlight to someone who left you in the dark? It's time to turn that spotlight back on yourself. When you do this, you stop needing their validation. You stop looking for their approval. Instead, you start noticing your own worth, your own strengths, and your own potential. And guess what? When you start shining on your own terms, the world will notice. Not because you're chasing attention, but because you're radiating it. When you let go of the past, when you stop looking back, you step into your full power. And when they realize what they lost, it won't matter to you because you'll be so far ahead that their opinion won't even register. So here's your challenge. The next time they ignore you, pull away, or ghost you, don't react. Don't chase. Don't beg. Instead, go silent. Use that energy for yourself. You're building a life so extraordinary that their absence won't even faze you. Remember, silence isn't about them. It's about you. And when you stop looking for their validation and start living for yourself, you'll realize that your worth was never dependent on them. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you're ready to embrace your silence and take back your power. And remember, your rise starts now.